Wait, what is it? What is this? What the fuck is this? Yourragegaming? What the fuck is this, bro?
I kind of expect you.
To be fair, that's like low-key kind of right-wing. That's more right-wing than I thought he would be. That test is like, that test literally is like, that test is like if you're Hitler himself, maybe they'll place you like in the top right corner, maybe, okay?
To be towards libertarian since you don't give a shit about what people do.
I don't, my nigga. I think everybody should have given a fuck.
You.
Yo, take that screenshot. Show it to Hasan. What's Hasan's results? Show me the result.
I don't know. I've done it like a long time ago, but I don't remember what my results were. But don't say it like they might misconstrue, bro. No. I mean, I'm just saying this test is like pretty biased, low key. Everyone hits that for the most part. I mean, I'd go through his answers one by one, maybe later today. Yeah, but the test literally asks you. The test asks you shit like, you know, do you want to do eugenics? You know what I mean? Like, so that's why. That's what I mean. It's like hard to hit anything outside of the green zone on that. The Daily Wire had Matt Walsh take the political compass quiz test on camera for some reason. Maybe the general counsel called in sick that day. No, that's insane. Dude, I don't know how you can get that. I don't know how you can get that result on this political compass test. Like, wow, that's crazy. Like, you have to try really fucking hard, dude. You have to try really, really, really fucking hard to get there. That's, wow. That's like letting 4chan choose each of your answers. Bro, even 4chan would not be as authoritarian about like worker stuff as like as Matt Walsh is. Like, you have to be actively talking about how much you love facilitating genocide for that test, which is like skewed pretty heavily in the left libertarian spectrum. You have to deliberately be like, you have to deliberately promote genocidal talking points in order to hit the blue part of that. I'm not even kidding.
A right-wing authoritarian fascist. How am I not? See, I was shooting for I wanted to get all the way to the top right corner. I wanted to be as authoritarian as possible and as right-wing as possible. I was going all the way for that corner spot, and I missed it. What question did I get? What question did I not answer correctly to get there?
Oh, he was trying to hit the Hitler button. That's crazy. Oh, nice, man. That's so cool.
That means I was slightly liberal on a few of those answers. Now I got to do it all over again, I guess, to get the real answer, which I'm not going to make you guys watch.
That's crazy. I mean, he's such a piece of shit. It's wild, but not that wild when you consider how big of a piece of shit he is. Anyway, but yeah, Austinox loved the Kongal Inu collab. Dude, I will steal you right now. Don't fucking. I love this dog. This dog, I vibe with this dog straight up. Definitely completely outside of my, outside of the boundaries that I placed. But this was the fucking dog that I was like, God damn, this dog is so sick. I like this dog. I like this dog more than dogs. No, I like him. Yeah.
Don't get his hopes.
He's got character. Yes, you're right. By the way, he does have the classic Inu tail swirl.
Yeah. Oh, it's true.
He does.
His face like looks like.
He does. He is like a Akita Inu mixed with something else though, because Akitas can get like pretty fucking big. I don't think he's that big. But I did love this dog. You look like an Akita Inu. You are. The white husky was great, but I didn't vibe with him. You know what I mean? I did not vibe with the white husky. Like, you got to understand, if you it's not something you can see from clips. It's not something you can I don't know. It's just it's hard to explain, but it's definitely very, very much vibes based. Okay, we'll do the Drama Monday shit later. All right, let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, the news part of the broadcast is now officially underway. Okay. We're here. We're ready to go. The white husky gravitated to the other people more. Yeah, that's fine. That's like not a big deal. But like, you know, I'm not super invested in huskies in general. All right, we're done. We're done with that. We'll talk about dog stuff in a little bit. Okay, please. Oh, this one, Tucker Carlson really looked. Yeah. We'll talk about the Tucker Carlson clip in a second. Folks, Donald Trump might be going to jail. Okay? In the funniest way possible, too. Like, he might be getting arrested. Not going to jail, but he might be getting indicted, which means he might get fingerprinted, which means there will be a mugshot, which means, like, there could be a perp walk. Now, obviously, that shit is crazy. That's going to happen possibly tomorrow. Okay? But I will give you details on how this came to be, why it's happening, why it might not really happen, and also the reactions from the right and also the reactions from libs. But I think I speak for all of us when I say that it would be wonderful content, so I really, really, really hope it happens. Like, oh my fucking God, the excitement, dude. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. The reasons as to why he's going to jail are completely irrelevant to me. The reasons why he's being brought up on charges or might be indicted are completely irrelevant to me in general because, like, you know, they're kind of bullshit. Like, I'll be honest. They're not like the worst thing he's done. But let's be real. He has a long laundry list of reasons as to why he should be in jail. Okay, so this is the funniest one to actually throw him in some kind of like, involuntary hold. Paying hush money for Stormy Daniels and trying to quiet her. But of course, Trump is going to do what Trump does. What does that mean? Well, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is Donald Trump is like very openly trying to game the system once again. He has been asking his followers to basically riot, okay? He's been popping the fuck off since this decision was announced. Let's take a look at how liberal media is reacting to it, though.
Again, with the news of a possible indictment against former President Donald Trump over the weekend, the former president claimed he will be arrested tomorrow, although there is no evidence that that is going to happen, and no official has said that that is true. Now he's facing criticism for calling on his supporters to protest, raising concerns that his words could lead to violence that are very similar to what happened on January 6th. We all remember that day. Robert Costa's outside.
How can I forget? I mean, that was liberal 9/11. You know what I mean? That was like worse than 9/11. Multiple 9/11s worth of things happened on that day. You know, so.
Court. Bob, good morning to you. And we understand that there may be additional testimony today.
Good morning, Gail. That's correct. The CBS News has learned that the grand jury may hear today from an additional witness, Bob Costello, a former legal advisor to Michael Cohen, a key witness in this investigation. We're told that Mr. Costello might question the credibility of Mr. Cohen, and this all comes after the fallout over the weekend from former President Trump's comments.
This is selective prosecution. If I were President Trump, I'd take this all the way to the damn Supreme Court.
Former President Donald Trump and his allies on the political and legal warpath over the weekend as Trump faces down a possible indictment in Manhattan criminal court. On Saturday, Trump claimed he will be arrested on Tuesday of next week and urged his supporters to protest and take our nation back. He then urged in a follow-up, "We must save America. Protest, protest, protest."
Like, he went all caps on this one, and you kind of know where he's going. If he's going all caps, you know shit's popping off. Also, what a fucking ugly-ass PFP, Jesus Christ. So, This DA is a George Soros-backed DA, and he's also a thug, is what Donald Trump called him, and also an anti-white racist. You guys understand what's going on, right? I mean, he's black, okay? I right? Isn't that? Yeah, he's just. I mean, he's. It's not exactly subtle. Like when you call a black DA an anti-white racist and a thug. Okay? Oh, he called him an animal too. So, you know what's going on. Yeah, oh yeah, he said the T word. He said the T word and he said the A word. He called him an animal and a thug. So, you know what's going on. Okay? So it's so crazy that the best they could get him on was a misdemeanor, honestly embarrassing. Yeah, well, it's not embarrassing. It's more so expected because remember, we talk about this all the time. This system is designed to protect the wealthy, okay? These laws are created in a way to shelter the wealthy from any kind of legal scrutiny whatsoever. So for that reason, especially if you are capitulating to the needs of the wealthy, like Donald Trump certainly did with his massive tax cuts and whatnot, they're not gonna turn around and fucking punish him. You know what I mean? You're not punishing the guy who gave the fattest tax cuts since Ronald Reagan to corporations and to the extremely wealthy in this country. It's not happening, right? So the irony of this is that, you got a DA that, wants to make a name for themselves or whatever. So they're utilizing the Stormy Daniels case to make some waves. Do I think this is all that serious? Absolutely not. Do I still think that it'll make great content if it did happen? Absolutely yes. I am fully in support, okay, of what is happening here, regardless of the fact that I am also fully aware that this is literally the tiniest thing that you could nab Donald Trump on, okay? Maybe even better that it's a super tiny thing because that adds to the juxtaposition. That's really pissing people off, okay? So yeah, let's keep going.
CBS News has learned that some Trump allies privately debated over his call for protests.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Since it has echoes of Trump's call for protests on January 6, 2021, the day the Capitol was attacked. In response to Trump's post, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg told colleagues in an email that safety is the top priority, and we do not tolerate attempts to intimidate our office or threaten the rule of law.
But they are definitely doing that. Trump is definitely doing that. Ironic because it's just, nothing is going to come out of this. It's just content for Trump, I think. That's my speculation. Because it's, one, a tiny, minuscule charge, not as significant. It has already galvanized every single Republican, even not never Trumpers, but people who want to run in opposition to Donald Trump. Central Committee brought up a side point about not only Mike Pence, but also DeSantis too. I was going to talk about Mike Pence myself. One side point is the fact that DeSantis is rushing to Trump's defense is proof that he's a loser cuck with 0% of winning the Republican nomination. If the shoe was on the other foot, Trump would be calling DeSantis a criminal and going all in, bashing him. Yes, but also no. Here's what I mean by this, okay? They all recognize that they are Trump is their daddy, okay? They all recognize that, the fan base loves Donald Trump. But they also recognize that this is, a really great opportunity to cut, the elitist DAs that are black and backed by George Soros that don't care about the violent crime that's happening in New York every single fucking day and care about, nonsensical bullshit to make waves and to grossly weaponize the criminal justice system against Donald Trump and also wealthy white people who just want to, secure a meaningful existence for white babies in this country, 14-word shit. So that's why they're hamming this narrative. Now, of course, ironic because violent crime, historic crime in New York, there's no fucking crime wave, dog. That shit is made up, as I talked about over and over again. Crime is a permanent staple in fucking city living, in living in America in general. It's manifestation is due to material conditions. Obviously, as long as we don't solve those issues, as long as we do not give adequate material restitution and create like a safety net and basically have like a starting point that's like pretty comparable to everywhere else around the country, it's not going to happen. There's always going to be crime, okay? But all big cities have crime. Now, what you're supposed to do is basically look at crime across the board. And if you look at crime rates across the board, whether it be violent crime, property crime, whatever kind of crime you're talking about, that is significantly lower, okay? It's just significantly lower than like 2 decades ago. And it's been consistently getting lower and lower and lower. So this notion that like, crime is historically high is ridiculous. It's just absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's like literally globally low too. It's not even just, New York City. And if you look at the historic New York City crime data, the cops themselves release crime statistics. And if you look at the historic data from, let's look at the major felony offenses, right? 2,630 murder, non-negligible manslaughter. Oh, total 7 major felony, 184 down to 126,000. Okay, like this is from 2000 to 2022. All crime is lower in comparison. If you go back to the fucking 90s, that number is even higher. Okay, so all crime is technically lower than it was 20 years ago, lower than it was 10 years ago, lower than it was, especially lower than it was when it was at its peak. Okay? Why is crime going down if income inequality is increasing? Well, because when income inequality is increasing, if you successfully fucking push every single poor person away in the most violent means away from cities, okay? That's one reason how crime can technically get lower. The other is no more lead in your gasoline, okay? Because you have no way to describe. I mean, this is all speculation, okay? But there's basically no way to attribute almost a global fucking a global decline in crime rates other than something that touches everyone. You know what I mean? Lead poisoning in your paint, lead poisoning in your gas, lead poisoning in general. That's like a big part of it. Anyway. And yet the New York Dems ran on a rampant crime wave narrative. Fucking worthless libs in New York pushing a conservative talking point. Exactly. Higher than last year and 2 years ago? Interesting. I wonder how crime went fucking higher than last year and 2 years ago. Hey, man, I don't know if you know this, but there was such a thing called COVID lockdowns, okay? I don't know if you're aware of this, but a lot less foot traffic was happening. And on top of that, there was some level of government assistance. I guess you forgot that COVID was a thing, but that could have been part of the reason for that. But again, this is a multifaceted issue. I'm just giving you the higher, the snapshot, right? It's going to be reductive. It's deliberately reductive if you're wondering why I'm doing this. But ultimately, year over year, crime has been going down steadily. Yes. I'll come back later. This fuckery is too much for International World Happiness Day. Okay. Roe v. Wade is not the reason for New York, guys. Calm down. Please. I know everyone watched that one fucking Freakonomics episode that's almost eugenics related. And everyone keeps saying Roe v. Wade, Roe v. Wade. It's motherfucker, we're talking about New York, dog. You can get abortions. New York is the abortion factory, okay? Chill. That's not Like, calm down, okay? That's not a contributing factor to like New York crime rates is significantly increasing or diminishing one way or the other, okay? Also, that would probably take a little bit longer to kick in, don't you think? Think about it. Anyway, regardless, where were we? Okay, so yeah, crime has increased. Okay, crime has increased in New York for sure. Post-COVID boom for murder and also other major felony offenses, right? And that's going to come with the territory with income inequality in general. Why are you vehemently arguing that it's not Roe v. Wade when there are many people here telling you the opposite? What? It's literally abortion. Legalizing abortion led the crime rates dropping worldwide. I think it's important to bang on reproductive justice. Okay. The reason why I'm not banging on the legalizing abortion drum is because it's like a little bit... I don't want to get into this, okay? I'm not going to have this conversation. It's not one instance. It might have played a part in it, but it's like you're making an argument that like criminalizing abortion again is increasing crime when it would take, 18 to 20 fucking years for the crime rate to increase. This is the part of the conversation that I'm talking about where abortion would not have been a consideration anyway because we're talking about New York and the evisceration of Roe v. Wade protections is not important for New York because, your clinics are protected in New York, okay? This is a state-by-state problem. Unless you literally think like, in New York, they have genuine abortion restrictions. And also in New York, 1-year-olds that were born after COVID are doing property crime. Like they're doing grand larceny. Okay, this part of the conversation I'm talking about, it doesn't make sense. Also, it's a bit of a eugenics argument, and I don't like it anyway. Okay, for that reason, it's giving eugenicists sweaty. Increases crime because people will illegally kill the babies. Yeah. It's called the Terrible Twos for a reason. Yeah, it's the Terrible Twos because it's called the Terrible Twos because they're doing like crazy shit. They're doing grand larceny. Oh, Shot Spotter? Oh no, they're doing that in fucking Portland too. That's the worst, dude. Bro, this shit sucks. Shot Spotter is like awful for Chicago. This shit is so fucking... Oh, yeah. I don't want to even get into that right now. Oh, no. Of course they're trying to get that shit installed in Portland. So liberal, right? Remember how fucking liberal these places are? And then their police forms... Like, all of these cities still have the police department. You know what I mean? You look at Portland, Oregon, and it's like, oh, they have to be like... Everyone has to be non-binary to enter the state. And then you literally look at their police department, and it's like, we love Hitler. Like they have like a Hitler brigade and specifically like a Proud Boy communications correspondent within the fucking department, you know? It's always like that. It's like, oh man, Portland, Oregon, they're all gay there, right? They're all non-binary, right? They're so woke. And it's like, their police department has like a Hitler caucus, okay? I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. The part where the Portland Police Department actually communicates with the Proud Boys, when the Proud Boys are like, whenever there's like a Proud Boy with an arrest warrant out for themselves, by the way, isn't a lie. That is not an exaggeration. Anyway.
In New York, Trump's potential 2024 rivals are also reacting. Former Vice President Mike Pence spoke out against...
He's a bitch. They're all bitches, dude. They can't even use this to their advantage. They're all such bitches. Like, Trump has the entirety of the Republican Party by the fucking balls, okay? I'm telling you. They got nothing. They got no riz. They got no fucking riz. They got nothing going for them, okay?
any possible indictment in this case.
It just feels like a politically charged prosecution here.
And even some Republican critics of Trump say it could play to his political advantage.
A lot of the Democrats have misplayed this in terms of building sympathy for the former president.
The Manhattan District Attorney is investigating alleged hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels on Trump's behalf by his former attorney Michael Cohen at a crucial moment in the 2016 campaign. Trump denies any wrongdoing. But Cohen's lawyer, Lanny Davis, told CBS News his client testified truthfully to the grand jury earlier this month. And now it is in their hands.
If there was any political motivation to prevent the alleged affair with Stormy Daniels from coming out right before the election, and a jury is to conclude that there is any political motivation, then I think that's the key issue.
I mean, of course, dude. Yes, this is, I mean, I'm sorry. This is definitely political. Like, anyone that says that this is not like a political thing is silly. But, like, I don't even give a shit at this point. It is just funny, and it's awesome. And I am totally on board with it. I know a lot of people are going to turn around and say, oh, my God, Hasan, how dare you? This is going to, like, improve Trump's numbers. Yeah, it will. For sure. Because it's going to be nothing. It's going to fizzle out, I think. And I might be totally wrong on this. Okay? Do I give a shit? Do I give a shit about you know, anything that puts him in jail? Absolutely not. It's awesome. It would be great. It would be fucking great. Okay? It would be great. He deserves to be in jail. Most American politicians deserve to be in jail. Okay? So if you're the president, like, yeah, that definitely means you too. Like, people will be like, what about Obama? Like, fuck yeah, dude. What about Obama? Why is Obama not in jail? You know what I mean? He killed an American citizen with a drone strike extrajudiciously. You know, that's jailable in my opinion. So, you know, before we get to like Libya, you know, before we talk about how Libya is like open air slave markets now in Libya. Shouts out to Obama and Hillary Clinton for that one. That was fire. Anyway, I'm just saying, most American presidents and most American politicians have done like jail-worthy shit. So yeah, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and act like that's bad. I don't give a fuck if it's political. It is, and I don't even think he's gonna go to jail eventually. But it'll be funny. It'll be funny to perp walk him. It'll be really funny when the right wing gets agitated. Okay, when they go fucking bananas mode. These guys look for victimhood more than anything else. There's nothing that, especially like relatively well off, middle America, small business owning, Republican white guys, or just Republicans in general. There's nothing more they love than being perceived as a victim. So this gives them an opportunity to say, oh, they're coming after the whites, okay? They're coming after the white savior, which means, like, you know, they're going to come after us next. So they can, like, cut the narrative that, like, they're just being prosecuted for existing or some shit, right? And it'll be funny.
Trump's lawyer, Joe Tacopina, tells CBS News that if charged, the Trump legal team will be very aggressive in combating the indictment and questioning its credibility and scope. They will also question the credibility of Michael Cohen, who was once charged with lying to Congress. Michael Cohen, though, will be here in New York today as a possible rebuttal witness before the grand jury. Gail.
Anyway, so let's hear it. Trump was chirping, too. He said he was expected to be arrested in a New York grand jury probe.
Ricky Kleeman joins us now.
By the way, there's no evidence that he will. Like, that's not. Just want to point something out here. When the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago on that fateful evening a couple months ago that we all forgot about, that was a big deal. But you know who made it a big deal? Donald Trump did. Okay? The FBI asked time and time again to be like, hey, can you please cooperate with us? We know you have additional classified documents. I don't even know why you're trying to keep them. Is it possible to take them back? They said over and over again, please, can we get this shit back? Okay? And Donald Trump was like, yeah, you got it. I gave it to you. I gave you everything. But he didn't give him everything. And he kept them for some fucking reason. And we still don't know why he tried to keep them, right? And the FBI was like, okay, well, we got to go in and seize these documents now, right? Remember, that same shit happened to Mike Pence recently. Same shit happened to Joe Brandon recently. And it didn't make the waves. Why? Is it because those guys are loved by the media? Well, maybe a little bit. Liberal media does love both of these guys and hails them as heroes. But the main reason is because they fucking cooperated with the DOJ. That's it. They cooperated. They cooperated with the Department of Justice. And they were like, yeah, please take all the documents. Sorry, didn't know that was the case. Donald Trump, on the other hand, turned it into a content opportunity to be like, they're coming after me once again, folks. They're coming after me once again. And that's it. So he's doing the same thing in a way here.
At the table, Ricky, I see people on both sides of the aisle rolling their eyes about this. Most people believe he had the...
Is there anybody else here like Trump? Brother, you are in the most pro-Trump community you ever could find, okay? We don't like Trump. We love Trump around these parts, okay? All of us.
Fair. Most people believe the money has been paid. Michael Cohen has certainly talked about it repeatedly. So how strong is the case and why is it coming about now?
Well, we have to remember, as the district attorney would tell us, the law is the law, and whoever violates it should be prosecuted.
No matter how long it takes?
No matter how long it takes, as long as it is within the statute of limitations. However, is it unusual in 2023 to look back to a case in 2016 when Michael Cohen, the main person who is the witness in this case, pled guilty in 2018. And keep in mind, the Southern District of New York, the federal government, passed on going forward against Donald Trump when he left the presidency. The Federal Election Commission passed. So now we have a new sovereign in the state who says, it doesn't matter. I have the right to enforce the law in New York County. And here I see not only falsification of business records, which are misdemeanors.
For the record, I think like there's an infinitely more valid RICO that Fani Willis has against Donald Trump in the state of Georgia over the phone call, the perfect phone call that he had. I think that's a significantly more valid reason to fucking arrest him. You know, maybe she should worry more about that instead of fucking arresting everyone that's ever rapped under, YSL's label, right? That's just me. I don't know. But there's two different RICO cases right now. One is, it's pronounced Fani. Okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't like her. Okay. Yeah, free sex, free thug, all that good shit. Regardless. My point is, she also has a RICO case against Donald Trump, and it's a solid one in my opinion. That is actually an infinitely more significant RICO case against Donald Trump than this one, which is like the hush money one, which is like a misdemeanor kind of.
Misdemeanors.
Bro, don't start with that shit. YSL was definitely murdering people. Yeah, like as a treat, you know, they listen, as a treat. As a treat.
But I see a connection to a campaign violation, and that is a felony. And that's where Alvin Bragg is as the DA, and he's going forward with vigor. Now, Some people may say, as your skeptical look and many other skeptical looks around.
This is just my resting face.
That's right. That why this one? Well, I think the argument is, wouldn't we have rather seen across the country, if you were going to take the unprecedented step to go and indict a former president, wouldn't we have rather seen it been about January 6th? Wouldn't we have rather seen that it was in Georgia about election interference? But we don't have the luxury of the rather. It turned out that Alvin Bragg became aggressive in 2023 about a case that we thought was long forgotten.
And it may end up being that those other cases come to some sort of a head. But what could happen in this case in the near term for Mr. Trump?
Well, everyone seems to believe, including his lawyers, that he will be indicted. I do not have any thought that he will be, quote unquote, arrested tomorrow. What will happen is someone like Donald...
Stop telling us the truth. I want to hear some fucking libbed up bullshit, dude. Big boy gamer man, thank you for the 5, get the subs. I want to see the real good shit. I want him to go, yeah, he's definitely going to jail for sure. Like, that sick freak. He's going to be locked up in a maximum security prison. You know what I mean?
Trump, former president.
Yeah, he's going to outrun the cops. That's what I want. Which, by the way, that is one angle that Trump is going for as well, which they have not mentioned yet. But like one of the things that he tweeted was about how it would be impossible for the police to like arrest him. Basically, he was talking about how, oh my God, wait, let me see if I can find the tweets. Do you guys have any of the tweets ready to go, fired up? Because there was one where he like.